You wake up, and it's already loud. Thoughts, all at once, louder and louder. You try to grab one, but they slip away. It's simple, that's so simple. So why can't you move? You blink, and time disappears. Or it drags painfully slow. Sometimes it explodes. Restlessness, anger, noise that won't stay inside. Or it hides behind a smile, while everything inside quietly collapses. You forget everything: names, tasks, moments, even things that mattered. You replay it over and over. Every mistake, every word, every second. They think you're lazy, but you're just tired from fighting your own mind. You can't turn it off. You can't run because it's not around you. It's inside you. But inside the chaos, there's something else, something powerful. You made it through another day inside your mind.
You wake up, and it's already loud. Thoughts, all at once, louder and louder. You try to grab one, but they slip away. It's simple, so simple. So why can't you move? You blink, and time disappears. Sometimes it explodes, a noise that won't stay inside, or it hides behind a smile, while everything inside quietly collapses. They think you're lazy, but you're just tired from fighting your own mind. You can't turn it off. You can't run, because it's not around you. It's inside you. You made it through another day, inside your mind.
The process begins not with a dramatic choice, but with a quiet vulnerability. In the solitude of a darkened room, illuminated only by the glow of a screen, the search for connection becomes a point of entry. Idealized images of community and belonging flicker across her eyes, planting a seed of hope in the fertile ground of loneliness. This initial stage is subtle, a digital handshake that promises an end to isolation, drawing the individual toward a carefully constructed mirage of acceptance and purpose. She is then immersed in a new reality, a brightly lit space filled with unwavering smiles and overwhelming affection. This is the love bombing phase, a relentless campaign of positive reinforcement designed to disarm and create dependency. The group's leader holds a hypnotic power, their gaze promising salvation while their words become a repetitive chant that erodes critical thought. Jarring cuts to communal activities reveal the underlying control, with signs of sleep deprivation and forced conformity masked by a facade of joyful unity. The initial warmth is a calculated tactic, forging an intense bond that will later be used as leverage, making the thought of leaving feel like a betrayal of the only family she has ever known. The psychological assault intensifies, pushing the mind to its breaking point. Her world becomes a nightmarish landscape of distorted visuals and claustrophobic spaces where the walls seem to close in. A rapid montage of her own frightened face, contorting in fear and confusion, plays out against a cacophony of overlapping whispers and shadowy figures that haunt the periphery. This is the systematic fracturing of the self, where reality is deliberately warped until she can no longer trust her own perceptions or memories. A single tear, frozen on her cheek, marks the moment of surrender, the quiet collapse of her internal world under the immense pressure. Abruptly, the chaos ceases, replaced by a chilling silence. She stands still, her face scrubbed of all emotion, her eyes vacant and hollow. Her movements are robotic as she mechanically hands a pamphlet to a stranger, a perfect vessel for the group's ideology. The final shot is a stark close-up on her blank face, the reflection of the leader faintly visible in her empty eyes. The original self has been erased, overwritten by a new identity forged in manipulation and control, a ghost in her own body.
In the gallery of the human mind, some portraits are hung in shadows, distorted by whispers and misunderstanding. The most misunderstood of all is often borderline personality disorder. Let's step into the frame. The experience is a constant quiet terror of being left alone. a frantic fear of abandonment that can make you push away the very people you want to hold close. There is a relentless emptiness, an unstable sense of self. Imagine looking in the mirror and not recognizing the person staring back. Emotions are tidal waves, crashing from intense love to devastating despair in moments, without warning. This is the struggle. But there are no simple villains or victims here. Within this chaos, there can be profound strengths. An intense capacity for empathy, feeling the world's joy and pain as if it were their own. A fierce, unwavering loyalty and a depth of passion that is breathtaking. From the turmoil, a startling creativity can bloom, translating the overwhelming inner world into profound art, music, and insight. This is the paradox. BPD is not a character flaw. It is a severe, painful wound, often born from deep trauma. It is a desperate attempt to feel safe in a world that feels terrifying. Understanding is the light that can finally illuminate the portrait, revealing not a monster, but a human being, fighting a battle most will never comprehend.
There are fears that hide in the light, not of spiders or heights, but of things so common, so mundane, they are invisible to most. Let's whisper about them. First, ablutophobia, the fear of bathing. Imagine the touch of water feeling like 1,000 needles, the clean steam of a shower feeling like a suffocating fog. A simple act of cleansing becomes a daily trial of terror. Next, camponophobia, the fear of buttons. Row of them on a shirt, a single one on a cuff, each one a tiny, hard eye staring back at you. You feel an overwhelming urge to rip them away to escape this silent judgment. Then, there is isoptrophobia, the fear of mirrors. What if the person looking back isn't you? What if, one day, your reflection decides to act on its own? Prison of glass holding a terrifying twin. Consider nomophobia, the fear of being without your phone. A modern fear. The silence is deafening. The feeling of being disconnected is a void. An emptiness so vast it feels like you're ceasing to exist. Finally, globophobia. The fear of balloons, a child's toy, a party favor, but for some it is a fragile, unpredictable bomb. The tension in its skin, the threat of the sudden, violent pop. It's a silent, floating panic attack. These are the quiet phobias, the strange anxieties. They remind us that fear does not need a monster to be real.
This is what ADHD feels like. Your brain never shuts off. Simple tasks feel impossible. But then, hyperfocus hit. Time doesn't exist. You feel everything intensely. You're not lazy. You're overloaded. Example, cleaning your room. Living with ADHD isn't easy, but it's powerful.
Living with bipolar disorder can feel like emotional extremes. Highs or mania can bring intense energy and racing thoughts. Lows or depression bring deep sadness and exhaustion. During manic episodes, one might make impulsive decisions, need little sleep, and feel overly confident. During depressive episodes, one might have low energy, withdraw from others, and have difficulty concentrating. This mood instability can disrupt daily life, strain relationships, and lead to emotional exhaustion. However, there are strengths. High creativity, strong emotional depth, and bursts of productivity. People with bipolar disorder experience intense mood shifts. Bipolar disorder is not a personality flaw. It's a real condition that deserves understanding, support, and compassion. Living with bipolar disorder can feel like emotional extremes. Highs or mania can bring intense energy and racing thoughts. Lows or depression bring deep sadness and exhaustion. During manic episodes, one might make impulsive decisions, need little sleep, and feel overly confident. During depressive episodes, one might have low energy, withdraw from others, and have difficulty concentrating. This mood instability can disrupt daily life, strain relationships, and lead to emotional exhaustion. However, there are strengths. High creativity, strong emotional depth, and bursts of productivity. People with bipolar disorder experience intense mood shifts. Bipolar disorder is not a personality flaw. It's a real condition that deserves understanding, support, and compassion.
The human mind is a vast, uncharted territory. In its deepest corners lie conditions so rare they challenge our understanding of reality itself. These are 5 of the rarest. Number 5, Goddard's delusion. Imagine believing you are already dead, a walking corpse in a world that can no longer see or feel you. You are a ghost in your own life. Number 4, Capra's delusion. You look at your mother, your brother, your partner, but it's not them. You know with terrifying certainty that a flawless, identical imposter has taken their place. Number 3, Frigoli delusion. The terrifying belief that you are being hunted by a single person who can change their appearance at will. Every stranger's face could be hiding your tormentor. Number 2, clinical lycanthropy, a primal, horrifying conviction that you are changing. You can feel your bones shifting, your skin stretching, a transformation into an animal that you are powerless to stop. And number 1, Alice in Wonderland syndrome. Your perception of the world becomes a nightmare. Rooms stretch and shrink, time slows to a crawl, and your own body feels alien. These are not just stories. They are real conditions that remind us how fragile our perception of reality truly is.
Imagine the world you know begins to fray at the edges. A familiar room suddenly feels alien. A radio whispers secrets only you can hear. A fleeting shadow in the corner of your eye seems to watch your every move. This isn't a nightmare you can wake up from. For some, this is a glimpse into the distorted reality of schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a complex mental health condition that reshapes the world, blurring the lines between what's real and what is not. It can introduce hallucinations that fill the senses, insistent voices that no one else hears, cryptic sights that vanish when you try to focus. It can also build delusions, which are deeply held beliefs that defy logic. You might become convinced you're being followed, or that your thoughts are being controlled. Beyond this, thinking itself can become disorganized. Thoughts may feel like a tangled maze racing, stopping abruptly, or connecting in ways that make no sense to others. Living this way is a constant struggle. The world can feel hostile and frightening when you can't trust your own mind. It's vital to remember, schizophrenia is a medical condition, not a character flaw. People living with it are courageously navigating a terrifying reality. They deserve compassion, support, and understanding, not fear.